I need the answer for everything.
You need help.
Yeah, I do. I've got to
Just need help.
Right?
People up now. Yeah, just up there.
And it's working out.
Still trying to connect.
If you want, I could disconnect this route and go straight and direct live.
That's probably the way to go, dude. Is that possible?
I can.
Alright, it's streaming right now, so we'll see.
Yes, totally. Like a fire here for $1,000. Those are the worst kind of people. People that seem normal.
Bags of begonias.
Sleep the sleep, the rest upon the quiet street. You're standing on. Is it time to go away? Try again some other day. 'Cause these are words we use to say goodbye.
It's working. That's right now. There's a wormhole. We're stuck in a wormhole.
Coach, the coach. It's all about the coach, man. College football is a game of coaches. So is the NFL, really. You look at Belichick, Steve Carroll playing for that. It's not coincidence.
Somewhere else, do not know. Tower of town, an hour ago. These are
We have Justin on
I was about to ask if that's why that shirt was so tight. It was just so you
That was
can't
just really old
Hulk
shirt.
out.
It's a very old shirt.
Chris! What? It'd be so much better on
If
like
anybody needs to take some vitamins.
Prayers going for dude.
Yeah.
Josh, I've been going back and watching the episodes, and I could not believe you're here.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I can't believe the area now.
It's getting bigger and getting better. Longer than this top room.
That's that eraser actually.
Yeah, it's a shame you can sneak back in.
No idea.
Here's some of
It didn't grow in head.
I don't know. What I understand the respect there is range,
All day. All day, no doubt. Andy Haynes. What's up, man?
Everyone's going to go.
Yeah, I know.
Ready to have some fun?
Yeah.
What is payback? Oh, fast one.
Fast lane is at the end.
Splurge is wrong. Automation.
Are you doing it?
No, it's electricity. I'm just gonna ignore like it didn't happen. If I don't know it happened, it doesn't exist.
I was watching some 94 WWE.
Why is that just sitting there?
Remember that? Remember the head trigger?
It's got too hot.
Hot too, of course, big That was, it was like a 15-minute setup. It was like, why is that guy not getting up?
How great was Bubba Ray Dudley at the
Oh, it was fantastic.
Oh my
It's
god.
in great shape. He's coming off a main event run in TNA. Bring it,
Great
T-Ron, let's
fucking
get it going.
Dudley finally made it to the ring in the Rumble.
Still streaming, no problem.
Yeah, I
On the ramp. That one year.
That dude never
That show waitress or anything?
Elena, she should be short.
She died.
She was here.
I always thought the salad was like all my
Up on the chart.
Hey man, hey.
I don't know.
How can you do it? It's like, you gotta go for it. Yeah, right? You gotta get sort of close.
Come on. You know what I mean?
I don't want to be able to barely see the person who paid $200 for the back of their head. $200 more, you could have sat all the way.
Just watch the Super Bowl from the sidelines. I ain't going to go nose to your name.
Probably harder to get close to me.
You're right.
Even though it's the Super Bowl.
You're right.
There's not even people you really know. Like it's like
Hey.
I was dancing the whole time.
Eat more booze.
You don't.
yeah, bud.
Bro.
You're blocking the camera.
Oh, fuck, I fucked up the stream, man.
Not yet. Like in like a minute.
Okay, give me a minute. Yeah.
Check. Check. 1, 2, check. Check. Check.
That one appears to be different people listen.
Check. Whoa. Check.
Who's the Iron Patriot?
Sure.
Try facing it.
Do you want to just?
Yeah, do it that way, but do it down lower if possible. Does that tripod go down lower?
Yeah, I'll just go check it there.
What do you have with Taz? Oh,
Try again.
Check. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2. Check.
Okay.
And plus we'll have the speaker on, so we'll pick it up too. Since you don't have the speaker problem, you don't even have to sing. You can be like this.
Okay.
Is Patty coming today?
Yeah, should be any second. We all good? Great. This joint's really not gonna smoke itself. Piece of shit.
Why would you do that?
Oh, is that funny to you? You fucking
Yeah. Don't make me come down there.
hold me back.
How about you just-
hold me back?
Hey,
Hold
no,
me
hey,
back.
no,
You're a fucking monster. Hold me back. Oh, good.
No, Tony, don't. It's not worth it. No.
So we have a fucking
We don't have to wait the baby. We don't have to.
I can't stop it.
I can't stop it.
I can't stop that.
Can't stop it, you won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Take me to the street.
Everything seems a little hot though. Like the
Where's the volume of this? The output. When you hit record, it turns everything up.
Okay, so
What I would do too then, to get the battery 100% charged, there's always a so then you can do it.
Somebody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Let me say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Somebody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Everybody say, hey, we want some pussy. And my homies like to play this game. We call it Amtrak, but some call it the train. We all would line up in a single file line and take our turns at waxing girls behind. But every time it came to me, I was shit out of luck because I stick my dick in and it would get stuck. The girl would say stop, I say I'm not. That's enough. I quit 'cause y'all are busting me out. I say girls don't hide it, just divide it, and please don't knock it until you've tried it. So to all of you bitches and all you hoes, let's have group sex and do the Rambo. Everybody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Everybody say, hey, we want some pussy.
I'm Peter Piper of the 1980s. Got a long hard dick for all of the ladies. I don't care if you got 3 babies. You can work the steak in my Mercedes. If you wanna blow, just let me know. We can go backstage at the end of the show. I'll look at you and you will look at me with my dick in my hands. As you fall to your knees, you know what to do. 'Cause I won't say please, just nibble on my dick like the rat does cheese.
Everybody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Everybody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Somebody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Everybody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy.
Boys do the
Add 5 to the mark.
Everybody, welcome to the world famous Comedy Store. Yeah, welcome. We're not starting the show yet. I'm just going to provide some pre-show entertainment. So it's going to start at approximately 8:17 p.m., which gives me... Brian, what time is it right now?
8:03.
It's 8:03. That gives me exactly 14 minutes to let you into my life and to share some entertainment with you. This is going to do some classic Comedy Store entertainment up here in the bedroom. Thank you for coming out. Here's a song, guys. I'm just going to play. This is a song, I don't know, I feel like if you're living in, or you move to a city, or move to LA, or move to any city, you can relate to it, maybe. The song's called Nobody in Nothing Town. It goes like this. Wake up late. Can you turn me down a little? Put on an old pair.
Put the mic up.
Wake up late.
How's that sound?
Put on an old pair of shoes. Doesn't matter what time it is. When time ain't nothing but time to lose. Go out into the sunshine, bothering everybody that's on their way to work. All sitting in their seatbelts, sucking down coffee drinks, trying to make sure that they're alert. Go down to the local shop to stop and talk about nothing. Yeah, but it's something to you, because nothing is important when you've got nothing to lose. When you've got nothing to lose. When you've got nothing to lose. 'Cause it's so hard being anybody. When everybody is nobody, they're all nobody in nothing town. They're all nobody in nothing town. They're all nobody in nothing town. And it's hard not to feel like an asshole when everyone thinks that you'll never win. Yeah, it's hard not to feel just like the asshole when you're on the outside looking in. So you put on a show to show that it's so important, just what other people think of you. Yeah, but so you put on a show to show that it's so important, just what other people think of you. Yeah. Let's keep it let's give it So there's Killzone is gonna be happening. How many? What's the countdown now?
808 right now, bro.
808 right now. So I have 9 more minutes on stage. And then we got some good guests. We got Tony Hinchcliffe. We got Brian Rickman. We got a Patriot. We got Doug Benson. We got Andy Haynes. It's gonna be a fun show. Thanks for coming out. Lately I've been drinking, lately I've been thinking, lately about the way things used to be. Lately I've been hoping, lately I've been open, lately till my friends get sick of me. Lately I've been talking too much to the world inside my mind. Lately I've been talking too much to the girls with spider bites. At least I hope those are spider bites. Cause if they're not, I'm gonna have a couple of pretty difficult phone calls to make. Lately I've been drinking, lately I've been drinking, lately I've been drinking too much. Lately I've been drinking, lately I've been drinking, lately I've been drinking too much. Lately I've been fucking, lately I've been sucking JK, but the first part, not JK. Lately I've been lying, like a bitch I'm crying, really wish that part was JK. Lately I've been sleeping around like a mother fucking whore, and the false love feels quite good for a while, but I'm easily bored. I'm always wanting more. I suspect my karma's rather poor by now. Rather poor by now. I don't have the time to be drinking every night. I don't have the time to run around fucking up my life. I don't have the time to lay around and stare into a stranger's eyes. I'm playing a game of make-believe, this feels right. I shouldn't have done that dance move, it threw me off. Play a game of make-believe, this feels right. Play a game of make-believe, this feels right. I don't have the time, I don't have the time. Thank you. That is the end of that song. You know, I'm just up here, just being an acoustic troubadour. You know, playing songs. I don't know what character that is. It's my new kid. Hey, I went to my. Went to my grandma's house recently. You guys, wait. What's the best part of going to grandma's house? Anyone? Just yell it out. The expired food. Correct. The expired food in the pantry. Grandma busts out the Pepperidge Farms, better run for the fucking hills, am I right? Jesus Christ. Grandma's always got those trays of food out, trays of nuts, trays of jelly beans, trays of her widow's ashes. You know, my grandma's like, eat Pat, eat your skin and bones. I'm like, no, Grandma, that's skin and bones. That's literally Grandpa's charred skin and bones. Oh, guys, you know I'll be up here all night. I got about 35 more minutes here. Just warming you guys up. I'm gonna, it was kind of awkward to train, Tony, I was playing kind of like not that funny in music, and I just started like, hey, let me go into my weak stand-up. And I don't know if they were feeling it, but I'm gonna close with a song, and hopefully they'll feel that.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the best crowd warm-up in the world. Pat Reagan, everybody.
Do you guys feel warmed up? You're starting to feel warmed up.
This is just the show before the show.
This is the show
It's
before.
still a hell of a show.
It's the show before the show, guys. I'm gonna see if we can bring us into the show with a song. This is part 4 of a quintilogy of love songs. This is called Me and Greg's Dad, part 4. And then after that, we got fucking Kill Tony. Give it up for Kill Tony. You guys excited? That was not a good hosting on my part, but give it up for Kill Tony one more time. Still bad hosting on my part, and I'm talking over after I say give it up for. Really not good. It's all about cadence. Hosting is all about cadence. You give me a dumb fuck, have no jokes, just be like, we're gonna have a great night, huh? And then people, yeah, but if you do it right and they like you, my problem is getting people to like me. That's always been my issue. Okay, here we go. This is part 4 of a quintilogy of love songs. You know, guys, I actually have a character I wanted to run by before this, if I could. This is this is a segment of the show I call Torturing the Audience. This is America's first autistic president, Jackson Grigsby. You guys like characters? Did you see panic in my eyes after I asked? Did you guys like characters? Oh, my little sad puppy face. Please like characters. America's first autistic president. Hello, Senator Cory Booker, Democrat, New Jersey. Population 9,456,872. Hello, Senator Harry Reid, Democrat, Nevada. Population 3,156,842. Hello, Senator Bob Corker, Republican, Tennessee. Population 2,966,572. I have to go now. It's 4:03 p.m. Greg's dad's hair smells so good, I wanna kill myself. I wanna kill myself. I wanna kill myself. Greg's dad's hair smells so good, I wanna jump into the ocean and die, and then kill myself. Ah, fuck! Ah, fuck! Ah, shit! Fucking bitch! Ah! John Lennon did primal scream therapy. Did you guys know that? John Lennon. Fucking shit! Piece of fucking shit! Greg's legs are so long, I wanna kill myself. I wanna kill myself. I wanna kill myself. Greg's legs are so long, I wanna wrap a big old belt around my neck and then kill myself. I wanna hold you like a piece of shit in my hand. I never thought that I could fool around with a married man. You're married indeed. You're married to me. You know, actually, I'd like to close with something different if I could. You know, because we only have, you know, I don't want to delay the show here, but we only have a limited amount of time, and this is. Anyway, I'd like to close with a song if I could. Unfortunately, you know, I don't have a band. See my pits. I don't have a band here tonight. But this is a song, and if they could really be quiet outside, that would help. But this is a song that was written during a very dark time in my life, and it's dedicated to Papa. It goes like this. I wear diapers and underwear and a hat, and I walk around town with a baseball bat. that, 'cause I'm 1 part baby, 2 parts boy. I'll give a wet sloppy kiss to my best friend's dad. I'm a baby boy, what a little baby boy. A baby and a boy am I. I got a rattle and a baba, and I'm never ever ever gonna die. I'm an orphan, yup, an orphan. I've had chicken pox 15 times, and measles. I'm a weasel. I'm a sneaky, sneaky, sneaky little guy, and I'm never, ever, ever gonna die.
You guys ready to start this Kill Tony show?
Guys, give it up for Pat Reagan.
Yes. Thank you. Let's do it.
Look at that ass on that bitch. Titties.
Hey, this is Red Band coming to you live from the world famous Comedy Store for a brand new episode of Kill Tony Volume 2. Give it up for Tony.
Yo! Fuck yeah, everybody. Here we are. Happy Monday to all of you. How exciting. I'm glad that so many people were able to make it out. Welcome to Kill Tony, everybody. Here with the one and the only Brian Red Band. Brian.
Hi.
How you doing, buddy?
Horrible week this week. I got roofied. A male roofied me. It sucked.
That's insane.
I know.
All right. In other news, fucking crazy shit always. I'm doing, you know what, I'm gonna save that. Let's do something that we've been doing every week. First of all, our one and only sponsor is sitting right over there, ladies and gentlemen. It's Elise Lane. She's a gourmet chef. She cooks food every week for me and the guests, and we give her a shout out on the podcast, and she gets to meet comedians. Comedians like, for example, Russell Peters, one of the richest comedians in the world, who now hired Elise Lane as his private chef, everybody. That's right. She gets to laugh in a Malibu compound while cooking food. Tonight she made us another great meal. Tonight it's herb and garlic crusted pork tenderloin with caramelized stone fruit caponetta over grilled sourdough. She's on Twitter at Elise Lane and Instagram and Facebook. She's the girl with the pan. Elise Lane, everybody, our one and only sponsor. Making you hungry when you expected to just enjoy a good comedy podcast. We like fucking with you. every single week lately we've had a musical guest who comes on and does a brand new song each week just to get us warmed up and started a bit. Now, the last few weeks, he's actually been playing while the audience gets sad in this room. And he's been shaky about his confidence. He talks about it outgoingly, before the song, awkwardly. It's a beautiful thing. He talks about how he thinks it won't work, how maybe it doesn't help. But here we are again. Even though you saw him while you got seated, the podcast listeners, it's Pat Reagan, everybody. Here he is, doing a brand new song. The Kill Tony Musical Challenge, a brand new song every week.
Well, you know, Tony, the audience just can't get enough. So we gotta give them what they... I'm just gonna play a short little song, guys. This is a blues song. If there's any blues fans out there. This song is called The Hard-Boiled Egg Blues, and it goes like this.
The Hard-Boiled Egg Blues. Josh! I'm just gonna play it. Will they be able to hear it on the podcast? Here.
Let me help you out.
Josh Martin dropping the ball. There's a runaround producer, Josh Martin, coming 45 seconds too late, everybody. That's what that looks like. I think he's got it.
Whoa!
Wow.
Josh, what are you trying to do over here,
Hi,
man?
Josh. You just come in, turn everything up, and then run away?
Run away?
Christ, this guy's out of control.
Fuck is...
It's like he's against the show.
Yeah.
I mean, he talks about it all week, he lives for it, then it's go time, and he's nowhere to be found. Comes in, turns everything up.
The comic stylist of Josh Martin, everyone.
Yeah, there he goes. There he goes, walking the wrong direction. Ladies and gentlemen, our musical guest tonight. We've done something fun the last few weeks, so we're going to edit all that out. No, I'm kidding. We actually don't edit it. Pat Reagan, everybody. Here he is.
The Hard-Boiled Egg Blues, ladies and gentlemen.
Ah, fuck! Hard boiled eggs. I spread my legs and pop one in. I'm shoving hard-boiled eggs up my ass on a Tuesday morning. Well, these hard-boiled eggs drive me crazy. I feel like such a dirty little whore. One egg feels good, but two's amazing. I want more. More, 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 more.
Pat Reagan, everybody. Fuck yes, another brand new song. I never heard the Hard-Boiled Egg Blues before, but now all of a sudden we have. Pat Reagan's on Twitter at Patty Reagan, so follow him. He's so talented and smart that he writes a brand new song every week for this show. One more time for Pat Reagan, everybody. Every single week we have a new head of security who keeps us safe. This week will be no different. This guy is hilarious. Normally it used to be a guy in an Iron Patriot suit. It's evolved so much that this guy's just wearing a set of gloves tonight. Funny guy, one of my good pals. Put your hands together for George Perez, everybody. Fuck yeah. The Mexican. You're Mexican, you're a roaster. George Perez is an insult guru. We once roasted each other for like half an hour straight one time. George, you've been on the show a couple times. You're hilarious.
Thank you.
How's it going?
It's going good.
How would you make fun of Josh Martin if you had to make fun of him? Josh, get over here.
He looks like he has an ingrown hair on hair.
He has an ingrown head, I'm pretty sure he's trying to say. That chicken, I just can't. There's a weird smell going on, Brian. Like you have to eat before the show. From now on, you can't just eat and breathe in my face. Like this is out of control. This whole thing's backfiring. I'm like, we'll have a food sponsor. It's gonna be great. I didn't actually expect you to start like eating dinner right in front of me on a podcast.
I think it helps.
And the way that you eat, it's just unbelievably disgusting.
Have you not realized I do it on? This is the first time.
No, it's not like a funny. Oh, I do it on purpose. It's a joke. Like I don't know what it is. It's terrible. It's food.
I know,
Brian.
But since you're vegan, I thought it would be funny if I.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I eat healthy and I'm in good shape. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the smell of pork being blasted on my face. You're facing this way. Trying to talk to George over here. Guys, back to the show. I guess it's that caramelized stone fruit campanetta that I'm smelling.
Sure.
Oh shit. George, are you excited about tonight's show?
I'm excited, bro. I never had gloves that lit up.
Fuck yeah. Well,
like I can pull people over, like pull over. Feels weird.
I love it. This train is rolling along at 1,000 miles an hour, everybody. So let's just get the show started. Tonight's guests, two of the funniest people that I know. Doug's been on the show a bunch of times. It's Andy's first time. We're so excited to have him. Get good and loud for our guests. It's Doug Benson and Andy Haynes, everybody. Fuck yes.
All right, I don't drink Coke. Let's do this.
That's my Coke.
Okay.
Switching it up. Doug, you want a drink?
I would like a
Kettle One and soda, please.
A drink?
Brian read my mind.
Yeah. Somebody roofied Brian this week, he said.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He was roofied by a guy.
Why? A dude wanted to put his penis in you?
I don't know who roofied me, but I was only on my third drink, then out of nowhere everything just started spinning, and I ran to my car, just sat, passed out for an hour, woke up like I felt drugged, like a muscle relaxer.
Oh, somebody's dick didn't wake you up?
No. I mean,
you weren't like, what's that in my ass? Oh shit,
No,
I'm in my car.
No, I tasted it. There was nothing in there.
Bill, stop it.
Right.
Cosby joke.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm sorry, Brian. I didn't even know that was a two-way street. I'm gonna watch what I drink now because I always thought I could just have drinks and no one would try to drug me.
Yeah.
Now, George is one of my toughest friends. George, you've been to prison, right?
Yes.
What do you know about roofie? You ever been roofied? You ever roofie anybody? What's the deal?
I roofied somebody once. But like I had a bad conscience, so I gave her a Plan B pill too.
Wow, followed it up.
Somebody came with some material tonight.
Yeah.
Take notes.
Natural.
There's no way that's a true story.
I already had 3 babies' moms.
Say what?
I already had 3 babies' moms, so I didn't want 4.
You have 3 babies with 3 moms?
Yes.
Oh, you really are a patriot. Holy shit. He is really adding to this country.
Fuck yeah.
Are those like those as seen on TV glue light things on your hands?
Yeah.
Thanks for the cocktail.
That's the patriot part. We have them in a very when I have extremely funny patriots, I don't make them put on the costume.
Oh, wow. So any patriot that comes in and you make him put on the costume, oh, he doesn't think I'm funny. I gotta wear this whole fucking dog and pony show on my face.
Yeah.
The funny guys get to come on, just have the wrist things that are really cool, just go pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
Like this is amazing. Yeah, I'm fucking scared of you.
It's perfect.
You should have
Shoot
another one
those
on your
things at me.
chest. Yeah?
I wasn't in the budget.
Okay.
Right.
I feel like I'm in an episode of Locked Up, and my cellmate has weapons. That's what I feel like right now.
Well, you know,
The
nobody
audience
knows.
isn't feeling it, so let's move on. Everyone's scared of you, that's my point.
George, what's your, every week the Patriot asks the guests a question. What do you got for tonight's guest?
Mr. Benson.
Oh, shit.
That's you.
Nobody says Mr. Benson unless they're going to rape you.
Yeah.
He's going to attack me in the parking lot.
Enjoy your drink, Doug.
What's up?
I know you smoke a lot of weed.
I
don't know if you do coke or anything else.
No, sir.
But do you ever watch animal porn?
Isn't that just wild?
I thought he would ask me something challenging, but it's true and also just the right thing to say. No. I'm sorry, I meant yeah, see, I'm gonna judge the other comedy that comes up on stage because I am a pro that said nay. And got some groans from the audience. That's no matter how long. This is my lesson for everyone here tonight. No matter how long you've been doing it, you're not above getting a fucking groan from the bullshit crowd that got into a free show.
No doubt about it. George, what's your question for Andy Haynes?
You've done a lot of late night.
Wait a second. I get animal porn, and he gets a question about his career? Unfair. Because also you said you smoke a lot of pot and then went to animal porn. What's the connection there? Do you think pot smokers are into disgusting things?
Yeah.
Well, you're wrong. Yeah, you got booed by a lady. How does that feel? Not so iron. Feels soft and sad.
God, there's a lot of sexual tension between Doug and George.
Because he kind of reminds me of, I don't want to get into it, but...
Whoa, somebody wants to steal your wallet or something?
I came in here with a beef with the whole Patriot premise.
That's right.
Because I think the original Patriot deserves to have what he did just die.
Right.
And you guys think of something new.
Right.
Instead of making him want to kill himself because he quit a successful podcast like this 2 seconds before it became successful, and now has to watch it all the time while other guys pretend to be him, and one of the people that pretends to be him doesn't even have to wear the outfit. He just gets to do his job.
Right.
That fucking guy came here on a bus every week.
Yeah.
Where he had to just stand on the bus because he couldn't sit down in the outfit.
Yeah.
This guy gets to wander in, throw on a couple of gloves, and pretend it's winter while it's 80 degrees out fucking side because we're in Southern California. How weird is this weather?
But Doug, the Patriot can now watch it live streaming.
Yeah.
So
It's like he's
That's
here
what I'm
with
saying.
us.
It's even worse. You're just rubbing it in like fuck you, guy who used to do this job that we just didn't get along with. It wasn't like he did anything horrible.
No, we got
you,
along
or
with
you
him.
did anything horrible. You just didn't vibe with him.
We did vibe with him, but
You came on my podcast and it was a train wreck because
because then we were done. That was it.
That was it.
that was the
That's what
moment you were
finished.
finished.
You never killed the Patriot. Now you have a guilty conscience.
We
I do
never.
have a guilty conscience, but I won't put him on my show.
You realize we never talked to him again after your show. Like that was it.
I've only talked to him in sad tweets I didn't respond
He
to.
basically quit Kill Tony live on Getting Dug with High.
It was not a smart move on his part to do that. I
Yeah.
agree.
He was trying to impress you, I
He
think.
should have hung in there. Well, he just didn't understand how the business works and thought that one appearance on my show that nobody enjoyed
Right.
would turn into a
Special
new gig.
guest. Yeah.
He thought he was in after that,
Oh,
and
that
that
was
went
scary.
very poorly.
Yeah, that's the worst thing. Like, if anybody ever says, like, if I'm on the road and they're like, hey, Tony, man, I saw you on Getting Dug with High, like, my heart just melts
Yeah.
immediately, because that's by far the worst thing that I've ever done in my entire life. I mean, that episode of that show,
Yeah.
and I was so excited to do it, too. I'm like, I smoke pot all
I
the
dare
time.
say part of the problem, other than him, Iron Patriot being annoying, was another big problem was you got more quiet than I've ever seen you in your life.
Right. Yeah.
Brian was not only up and into it and happy.
Yeah.
He was blowing hits into Iron Patriot
Right.
every single time he took a hit. He would blow it at him.
And I
Like
think-
it was his girlfriend and they were trying to save money.
I was so.
I swear he must have gotten so fucking high inside that suit, and like, you know, that's not the best place. High is not the best place to be when you're not a professional. Even a professional comic, I probably shouldn't do it.
Right.
But he definitely shouldn't have been.
I got too high from the very beginning. I treated it like a regular appearance on a show. So I got there all coffeed up, and then I got high as fuck immediately. And then the Patriots started getting out of control. So the reason why I'm not talking during it, most of it, isn't because of how high I actually
You were just
got.
distancing
It's
yourself from
because
the whole experience.
I was so furious that if I would have started talking about it, I knew that I was gonna.
But dude, during the first break, hey, you know what, Brian, Doug, do you agree that Patriot's not working out? We should walk him off the set now. That's all you needed to say.
Looking back on
That's
it, we
all
would
you
have
needed
done
to
that.
say.
He was only supposed to be in the second half, but you asked to have him on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because you guys, he was the co-host of your
by the
show
way,
at the time.
We're missing out on a great podcast while rationalizing the worst podcast any of us have ever done.
You hadn't fired him yet when I said, hey, bring him along. Like, I thought, like, that was the show. Like, you guys were into him.
I think he's dead.
It was
There's
a
just a suit walking
serious.
around with a dead guy
There's
in
a
it.
suit on a bus right now.
And it's just programmed to go from like the home to here. It smells horrible.
I'm just saying, get the guy that wears the rabbit costume all the time, or get somebody else to stand there and just stop making it.
I just wanted to have
burn on the guy that used to do it.
I wanted to have a different like porn star or naked like
Perfect,
stripper.
great idea. Why,
Isn't that
Toby, listen to your friend Brian.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
I mean, she could just.
So you're doing a great job tonight, though. But next week's gonna be a porn star.
So get into porn over the next week and you can still do this.
Porn stars are great if they don't have too much dialogue. If they just pipe in every.
There's no way.
You mean
Not
just like a
do
Patriot?
not encourage these ideas, Doug. I don't know why you're going along.
I'm telling you, a porn star standing over there
No, it's
in
not.
a.
Doug wants to own the entire live podcast realm.
They don't even
And
have to
he
wear a
wants the
sexy
show
outfit.
he wants the show to fail miserably. Put a porn star on the podcast.
Nobody
It'd be
wants to
great.
listen to a porn star. You're right.
No,
You're
but
right.
for small amounts of time, like just to give like a sentence here and there, that's perfect.
Have somebody writing their microphone so that they only get to speak when spoken to, and every once in a while go, "Hey, porn star, what do you think about this?" And she'd be like, "I'm wet," and then you move on.
Right, it'd be perfect. And we can keep the speaker box
easy.
in her crotch instead of outside of her crotch. It could be inside of her.
George is wet too, guys. It's easy to translate. You can get the best of both worlds.
Damp it.
All right, I've said too much. Let's look at some new comics.
Let's do it, guys. This is episode 92 of Kill Tony. Over 40 comedians signed up for the chance to do 60 seconds in front of us and then talk with us afterwards.
I've been
about
telling
anything
comedians
at all.
all over town that's the last thing you should do. Right. Do not sign up for Kill Tony until your minute is fucking killing everywhere in town.
Right.
Then come here. Don't try shit at Kill Tony.
Work out the minute.
You work it out. Because it's a podcast and people are listening and now watching. Look at that live feed. Is the live feed working this week?
Yeah, there's 180 people watching.
Wow, look at that.
Come on, you 180 people. Tweet to some friends, get some more people to watch, or come watch me on YouTube. / Getting Benson at 1:15 tomorrow is when we go live, Pacific time.
Fuck
All right.
yeah, well here we go. Comedians, they sign up for the chance to do 60 seconds. Guys, you know your time's up when you hear the sound of a kitty. That's what it sounds like. Isn't that adorable? That means wrap it up then, or else you're gonna bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. There we go.
It's much more involved than it needs to be. A lot of mixed messages like, oh, crickets, so it's boring, but so stop.
There's a horse too.
I think so, yeah.
It gets a little longer every week.
And there's a puppy that goes back to the GoDaddy puppy mill.
I don't get it. GoDaddy, what does that mean?
GoDaddy had a commercial where the punchline was that the puppy that ran off with the Clydesdales comes back home and they're happy to see that puppy, and then they put it in a truck because they're selling the puppy. And then the animal activists got angry at this commercial and insisted that it not show in the Super Bowl. So guess what? It didn't show during the Super Bowl. Wow. Because the punchline was a fucking dark, funny twist that some people didn't like for their own personal reasons.
And now more people saw it on the internet than anyone would have ever saw on the Super Bowl, probably.
No, but it would have been seen by more people in the Super Bowl. But you're right. Like it is a bit of an apples and oranges situation. They still got some publicity out of it for sure, and that commercial showed on a lot of I saw it when they told about how it got pulled from the Super Bowl. But that's just amazing that in this world where free speech supposedly reigns, a satiric commercial gets pulled from the Super Bowl.
I bet you it got pulled, and I bet they didn't have to pay the $15 billion for the commercial, and almost the same amount of people, if not more, saw it.
No, I bet the NFL and what network was it on this year? NBC, The Blacklist. That's what played after it. I bet you they wouldn't fucking give in for a second. They just say, fuck you, your commercial. I think they showed did they show a replacement commercial?
Yes. Oh, never mind.
And what was it? Was it an old GoDaddy commercial?
Just like a guy sitting at a desk.
A guy sitting at a desk.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't say describe yourself during the Super Bowl.
This is the part of the show where the comedians actually come up and do 60 seconds, everybody. You ready to get this thing started or what? I'm gonna talk to them. It's crazy. Your first comedian tonight doing 60 seconds. We know this guy.
We're supposed to try to stop them from talking, right? We're supposed to yell over the entire thing.
No, Doug. You've done the show 6 times.
I don't get it. I don't get it. This is my impression of you when you play the games on Doug Loves Movies.
I do that on Doug Loves Movies.
How does this work again? Every time.
Game is the
What's going on?
game. The final game that you have is it's loopy.
It's so hard. It's like people that are high would never figure it out.
It sort of is, man. That's a crazy game.
All right, here we go.
Watch Doug Loves Movies, please, everybody. I love that show. Check out the one I did in Sacramento. That was a lot of fun.
That was super fun. Amy Adams.
And the Boys to Men references throughout the whole thing. Mm-hmm. This guy, great young comic from Chicago. We've met him a couple months ago. Artist, funny guy. It's Ian Ellis, everybody.
Stop fucking shit up, man.
Sorry, I was just trying to move it over and it came apart.
There are people out there that are trying to find themselves. How the fuck do you lose you? Seriously, I tried drugs, tried alcohol, I can't get rid of me. If you don't know who you are, I'll tell you, I'll save you the trouble. You're the person that gets to decide how you react to all of your own thoughts and emotions. That's it. That's as special as you are. A monkey that chooses. My philosophy is this. You're a monkey. You're not a gay, you're not a Muslim, you're not a Jew. You're a monkey. And unlike any other monkey on the planet, you can choose the right thing. So choose love. My name's Ian Ellis. I love you. Good night.
49 seconds from Ian Ellis.
Choose love.
Giving time back to the room.
Are you running for president? Or,
I think I just started my period.
I got a question for you, buddy.
Absolutely.
That's part of why, the mics are acting weird, so that's why I tried to move it, just move a little bit over that way more. There you go.
It's not a question, that's a direction.
That's so great, the way you just said that. That's not a question, that's a direction. Are you familiar with a comedian named Mitch Hedberg?
Shut your dirty mouth, you filthy whore.
Oh!
That must be one of Mitch's Hedberg punchlines, because that'd be weird if he just said that to me. So that's the first thing, is stop sounding like Mitch Hedberg in your delivery, which might be hard to do because you love him and you may already have a similar way of speaking that he had.
Also, you're really high.
Yeah. Why would anyone need a receipt for a donut? That kind of thing. Like, don't mimic his delivery. But that being said, you're clearly professional and said some things that even though the audience wasn't laughing, I pointed at you guys a couple times when I thought you should be laughing because there's some clever turn of phrase there. What do you think? What do you think, Andy Haynes?
I think there was a good premise there, but you didn't turn it for me at all. Like, it was just for a while it sounded like you were gonna go on a racist rant. Like, you're all monkeys. I was like, all right, I want to get off this stage while this is happening. But I mean, obviously you got some good stoner vibes coming out, and you're you want to, but there was no turn. We're monkeys that make choices, but what surprised me with how that revelation is made.
Yeah, as high as you are right now, I'm guessing you were a lot higher when you wrote that. I'm trying to picture how high you must have been then, to where you're just like, you're not a gay, you're not a Jew. I bet it all looked really clear then, huh?
And you did gay, which is sexuality in two religions.
Yeah.
There should have been you're not a paraplegic or whatever.
I like how you're reacting to this part because it's been pretty insulting, and you seem to be having a good time. So you should definitely, hopefully you can sign up for Last Comic Standing, where they do this sort of thing to you, and if you can handle it, it seems to be a virtue.
Yeah.
What is that? What are these weird attacks on Phil Tony?
It's some weird sexual
What's
thing.
going on?
No, I was just comparing it to how on Last Comic Standing they when they're doing their critiques, if you get offended, then you're out of luck because you have to hope that they'll change their minds because you're agreeable and are willing to take their notes.
Yeah.
Their bullshit notes. Like nothing we say tonight is really any little thing we say isn't gonna make them a stand-up comedian.
Right.
It's just all little building blocks. But he can pick or choose which criticisms to.
He can definitely roll with the punches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You ever do
He's
a roast
agreeable.
before?
He's agreeable, which could work out in the comedy world because that's part of clubs will book you because you are not a pain in the ass to have around.
Well, you can't feel anything, so that's probably.
Do you listen to your own sets? I mean, do you listen to the podcast now?
How do you know he's high?
Do you listen to?
I'm just saying, it might be his personality. Are you high on marijuana right now?
I'm high as shit. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just wanted to double check. Now attack.
So when you listen to it, do you ever listen to it sober? And when you listen to it sober, are you like, what the fuck am I talking about? Or are you like, yeah, that's so crazy.
I should try that sometime. I should listen to it when I'm sober. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, do you critique yourself or listen to yourself at all?
That's what my podcast is I put out a new.
Wait, you have a podcast?
I put out a new 7 minutes.
What's your podcast called?
You know, it's podbean.com.
Yeah, just blur it out and slur it out as much as possible. No one knows what you just said.
IanEllis.podbean.com.
Oh my god, what a complicated fucking name for his thing.
Well, it's that easy to
Look
get
for
to.
Ian Ellis on iTunes.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, check out my podcast. It's at seeingflagandfivers.com/classify.
Ian, what's the big twist on your podcast? What do you do that's different?
I put it.
Yeah, you gotta have a big twist these days.
I'm not saying you would have to have a big twist. I'm leading it to yet another funny topic, Doug. Thank you.
I put out a new 7 minutes of stand-up every week, and I put a beat under it, so it's like releasing a comedy mixtape.
You put music behind the new 7 minutes of stand-up that you write every week?
Yeah.
It's a 7-minute podcast.
Yeah.
Why don't you have music under your set at a performance like tonight, for instance?
If I could find some musicians.
Wait,
what
musicians do it on your fucking podcast? Is it you?
I go out and I record my sets, and then I put music under it like a mixtape singer.
Yeah. So bring that music.
You want me to take a fucking boombox with me?
You can play it on your phone. Who the fuck needs a boombox? What are you talking about? Still using the boombox method, man?
I did not know that.
You posting podcasts through your fucking boombox?
Auditioners on this show have so much to learn about how, like, I'm fucking old and I could pull this shit off. You're a young man.
He's got a microphone that records to a wax cylinder, and then he puts a boombox next to that. And then he plays his iPhone with his set on it, right?
He edits it with 2 cassettes, you know, like the cassette player. He just
But that sounds really interesting to have like beats under whatever the fuck you were saying tonight. So I say go for it. I say make that happen. You know what I mean? Follow your artistic urges.
Yeah, buddy.
Fuck yeah, Andy. Anything else for Ian? What do you think?
Are you ever not high?
Yeah, so it's crazy. A few weeks ago, he was on the show. He got pulled out of the bucket again. And he was stoned as fuck. He couldn't even talk. He just kept doing that little, like, giant 3-year-old giggle that he does.
I come to this show to have fun, so on Mondays.
I love it. Well, we have fun with you, too. Thanks, Ian Ellis. Very good.
Thank you.
He doesn't like Mondays. Comes out, start his week off in a nice way.
I love it.
He's not trying to further his career or do anything, learn anything. He's just having fun, just having a nice time, getting high. And...
Hey, dude, we're all just monkeys, man. I don't know.
I think monkeys can make decisions.
And I also think that
right? They can't eat every banana. They gotta be choosy.
You know? Yeah. Monkeys can do sign language.
And also, there's some gay monkeys.
And that's a choice.
I pulled another name out of the bucket. Put your hands together for Darren Chase.
I just turned 31 recently, which it's not that old, but it's old enough for like music I liked as a kid. I don't really relate to it now that I'm getting older. I'm now older than the artist was when they wrote the song. You know Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise? There's a lyric in there where Coolio goes, I'm 23 now, but will I live to see 24? The way things are going, I don't know. Now we all know. He made it. Not only did he make it to be older than 24, he made it to be old enough to have his own reality show and cookbook. Yeah, it's called Cooking with Coolio. Kind of discredits the whole Gangsta's Paradise movement he was doing 20 years ago. He could have kept it real. Could have called it Cooking and Crack with Coolio. You guys, I'm a hamburger traditionalist. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but I think a hamburger should have only mustard, pickles, and ketchup. All right, thank you.
I was like, why is he going into another bit? This has got to be close to time, and it's gone well. Let's start something else.
I'm gonna test it. Why not?
I already thought of something for the cookbook bit. How's it go? This is what I do to other comedians. I come up to them after the set and I go, "Well, how'd that one bit go? Because I think I have something."
Coolio, he has a reality show.
Yes. And a cookbook. Yo. That's what you say. He's got Coolio, he's got a reality show and a cookbook, yo.
Okay.
And then it's not a huge laugh. It's not a huge laugh. It's just a grace note. It's just a little piece. And then then what's the next part?
He could have called it Cooking and Crack with Coolio.
Oh. Just add another O.
Yeah, oh. But yeah, that's what I thought of. Is just like
I love it.
I liked it, and I thought it was, you could have more fun with it. Is what I was trying to make happen.
Cool.
Some of that awesome topical Coolio humor I've been craving for. A lot of people have been writing like, I want more Coolio jokes. They write into this podcast and they say, I'm surprised none of these comedians, they write letters with their hands.
You're making things up now. But that's part of what to me, that's part of the charm of a Coolio reference.
Yeah,
Is that it's not
right.
You're not hearing too much of them.
Right.
You're not overridden with Coolio references.
Have you read the cookbook?
I haven't, no.
But he really does have a cookbook?
Yeah.
I think he has a cooking show.
Cooking with Coolio.
Really?
Yeah. He has a reality show and a cookbook. It's called Cooking with Coolio.
Wow.
I see him like cracking eggs in like ice trays and I'm putting them in microwaves and shit like that.
The best thing is
That sounds like a perfect bachelor solution.
I told Coolio that joke and he said it was cool. Like he said it was alright. I was hosting an event he was on and like he had no reason to.
Did he say it was Coolio?
It was Coolio.
I tell you what, though, when you just go up to somebody and say, "Here's what I'm saying," and then say it, he's probably thinking it's easier to not have an argument right now.
I was thinking he's
so
on
I'm just gonna say I'm cool.
Yeah, he's not going to debate you on it. What was the event that you were hosting that Coolio was on?
It was a car show and a biker rally in Tacoma, Washington. And he went out at 3 p.m. in front of 30 people. He didn't perform a single hit.
Did he perform any songs?
Yeah, it was this new group called Space Ghost that no one knows. And then he did a 30-minute
Space Ghost?
Here's how he finished. He was like, he went on to the rant about like, I mean, Obama say he's trying to help. And like, it went weird. It went weird. He said,
I think it started
turned
weird.
dark.
Space Ghost. Check out my new band, Robot Chicken.
He's like,
I have a band called the Eric Andre Show.
Yeah, he went into a whole big old rant about school and kids and education. It was dark. So yeah, he's got a shaved head now, tattooed down the middle of his head, and 2 little things.
Ew,
Coolio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
How many comics are on this show every each time?
It's always different. It's a loose format, Doug.
I really liked it.
Because we've done a lot of talking with only 2 people.
That's a joke that you use a lot, right? Because it seemed very well perfected.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing comedy again? It's been a while.
3 years.
3 years?
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
you have great stage presence. That was a great, how you wrote it was really well written. Good job, man.
George Perez, anything on this guy, Darren Chase? What are your thoughts on him? You're standing close.
I thought he was good. Like how he said the joke was there, he stayed with it, and yeah, it was about a gangster. I liked it.
Okay, finish the hamburger joke, and then we're gonna send you on your way.
I'm a hamburger traditionalist. If I get a hamburger that comes with cheese, I'll send it back because I didn't order a cheeseburger. My friends are like, just eat the cheeseburger, so I have to lie and say I'm allergic. Same thing that happens around election time when my friends ask why I don't vote. I have to lie and say I'm a felon.
There you go.
Thank you.
Seriously though, the I don't want cheese thing is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Very picky.
It's good that I asked you to go into that joke so that we can all tell you to never do it again.
No, he could do it if he really prefaces it with, "I'm a weirdo."
Yeah, I set it up more if I have more time.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
picky eater.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Darren Chase, everybody. There you go. Darren Chase. He's on Twitter at Darren Chase. Ian Ellis, under his Twitter, just left another promo for that podcast he was talking about earlier. It's ianellis.podbean.com. You want to pick
Before no, you pull it. But before you do, I just want to say something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to say something positive to every person.
Okay.
Even if I have to lie.
I love it. Absolutely.
Okay.
But just one positive thing per person, right? At least.
Yeah, at least one.
Right.
At least one thing that's encouraging.
Okay.
No matter how much they fucking blow.
Okay.
Pull the next asshole out of that bucket.
There you go. No matter how they do, somebody.
It's the worst setup for comedy.
This looks like a new name to me.
Oh, a new name!
Put your hands together for Kane Holloway.
What's going on, guys? For like the last couple of months, I've been trying to figure out if I want to marry my girl. And this last holiday weekend, my mom talked me out of it. She didn't mean to. I'm over at the house. I asked her some marriage advice. This is her advice. She's like, honey, any good marriage is where the wife has all the control, and then the husband thinks he has all the control. I was like, Jesus Christ, Mom. You realize Dad is sitting right there. He can hear you. She's like, I know. And did you notice how he didn't say shit? I was like, whoa. I don't want to be in a loveless marriage. Anybody in one of those? Everybody? Good. I don't know. I've seen pictures of my dad. I've heard the stories of before he met my mom. Dude, he was a grizzly bear. He was walking through the forest. He didn't give a shit. Starting fistfights with bees, getting all the free honey and salmon that he wants. He has no idea where my mom is because she's this camouflage hunter in the brush, just waiting for him to find a spot to hibernate. And when he finally finds it, like, this might be all right. There's a fucking dart in his neck, and he goes down. And then he wakes up, and all of a sudden he's in a cage.
A bear came out in a minute.
You got close. You got close. And for my money, you're the winner of the Bill Burr alike.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
You win that.
By the way, you're more Bill Burr than Ian Ellis was Mitch Hedberg. Like
that was super Burr.
It was very Bill Burr, but
You're
like
a huge
you
Bill
got
Burr
the
fan,
look,
right?
and then yeah, there's some similarities there. But that aside, that you can lose that over time.
Yeah.
Just watch some Hedberg.
Absolutely. I'd say in the early going, use like that, like you know, because the audience will sort of accept it at like open mics and stuff. They'll be like, "Oh, this feels familiar, so we like this." So I don't necessarily think it's a thing you need to drop right away.
Yeah, you gotta stop watching his stand-up if you want to.
Yeah. Just try to be less like him.
You gotta
but
take
a
the
little bit of it,
posters.
bit of it gets some audience respect, I think.
You gotta take the posters off the ceiling above your bed with Bill Burr, and
That's super weird that you suggest that he has posters of Bill Burr. But
I know it's super weird and wacky to say something like that on this comedy show, Doug, but it almost seems like we're in the middle of it.
Is your normal conversation voice Burry? I mean, or are you?
Well, no,
is it Burry?
I was actually when I first started, I got a lot of Brian Regan was like my guy, the reason I started, and then I showed somebody.
You got rid of that. There was no Regan.
I showed somebody a video of Regan. I was such a huge fan. He goes, "Wow, he sounds a lot like you." So over time, I've just like my influences have been, and then I'm just like weeding them out slowly.
But those are going to exist. But the important part is like writing original jokes, which those felt like those were, and just sort of getting comfortable. And like sometimes the audience needs a little bit of that because it's comforting because they recognize the cadence.
Yeah.
So I'm not completely against it. I'm definitely I brought it up so that you would maybe lose it at some point.
I think if you do, and
But
how
don't
long
be
you been
too
doing
conscious
stand-up?
of it.
6 years.
6 years.
Wow.
Where at?
Seattle, Washington.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. How do you like it up there?
It's all right. Yeah.
How long are you in town for?
No, I moved. I moved here.
Wow. How long ago?
3 weeks.
Congratulations.
Bold ass move.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend to anybody to do stand up in LA unless they were like already had like a full like headliner set ready to go. But that being said, there really are no rules, and you can still make it. Why did I laugh at the end of that? You can totally still make it, dude. No, but it's absolutely true because that's what happened to me. Is I came here, I started stand-up comedy in LA, and that's one thing that I regret about my career is that I didn't sort of work up to having enough material to show up in LA and sort of make a good impression immediately, instead of having to kind of convince people that the guy that they didn't think was that great because he was just starting out has advanced in any way. But I thought it was a good set. I mean, a good minute.
Yeah. The Burr thing, though, is something I would really try to work on. I would really like to hear your normal voice. It might be hard to change. Put some rubber bands around your balls, really tight. I don't know what you would do, but yeah.
I think you're using your voice. It's just more of a cadence issue and similarity
Even the
of
hand thing,
topics.
There was like a hand thing where you went like that at one point that he.
Yeah, no, I heard that back home, and so I stopped.
But see, just talking just now, if I wasn't looking, I'd be like, did Bill Burr just walk in?
Yeah.
Like it's natural for him. So
Trust me, that's what I'm putting on this podcast. Is that when I put it out there in the cosmos, it's going to say Bill Burr was on this episode.
Yeah.
It's just so that the
Bill
people.
Burr. You got to watch out in the comedy
We could
room.
get Bill Burr to come in and do this show.
Because one of the worst things is people
he'd
over
love
talking like Doug Benson. But the other thing is that comics.
I did what?
Comedians often attack other comics for stealing their essence that's been used a lot, which is one of the funniest
essence. That's some bullshit.
There is a lot of essence, though. Like
Yeah.
you watched Bill's last special, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah, just when you walked out here, you look like you were in black and white.
I could tell that you just watched Phil's new special.
Yeah.
Are you,
recently? Yeah.
Right.
do you do a
But
lot
it
of road
happens-
stuff? Sorry.
I'm sorry, but it happens to a lot of people. Like if I hang out with one of my good pals, Brody Stevens, like there's sometimes where I'll have lunch with Brody and then all of a sudden we're at the same comedy club that night and something the next day. If like you're around Brody for 24 hours or more, all of a sudden you're like, you gotta go for it.
Positive energy.
You got it. You got it.
Reseda. But the thing is,
I've been to the Comedy Store.
Believe in yourself.
it's funny that Brian Regan came up because I did a week with Brian Regan, and at the end of the week, he's one of the most, like, has his own personality thing going on comics of all time. And he said to me after working with me for a week, oh, I caught myself during my set doing some Bensonisms. And I was just like blown away that, like, first of all, he's a fucking liar. He just has his own thing. But it was still nice of him to say that even entered his mind.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's really, you do pick up on things. So be conscious of stepping away from Bill Burr, record your sets, and just try to step away a little bit, but, like, I don't think you have to step away entirely because he's got a delivery that works.
But also, do you do the road a lot?
Yeah.
You should make sure to go back home a lot. You know what I mean? I'm from Seattle. There's so
Yeah.
many rooms up there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You don't want to fail like this in front of everybody constantly in LA because they have memories. You know what I mean? So you gotta go fail somewhere else and then come back and surprise everybody with how good you got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I think I said that earlier, but much nicer.
Yeah, did you said your one nice thing, right?
What's your home club?
I started in Giggles.
Yeah.
Giggles.
It's dead now.
Yeah.
It was Jiggles for a little while. It became
For a
a
little
strip
while,
club,
yeah.
and then it
Did it
closed.
really?
Is it really?
Are you
Those
serious?
assholes really
Swear
just
to
drive
God.
by, well, if we change one letter on the sign, that won't cost much.
Dude, let's just turn the G upside down. Fuck it. Kane Holloway, thank you. Welcome to Kill Tony.
Thanks, dude. Good luck to you.
He's on Twitter, Kane M. Holloway. He did it. I think there's great ideas under that Bill Burr delivery.
Yeah, I don't know. I sort of feel like that's the thing about this show is that if somebody does have the cadence of somebody, at least they've done some work, you know, some homework, they're inspired by somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Like it's not like they're coming in here ripping somebody off. Is
it's
my
true.
feeling.
Right. As long as the words are different.
It is weird though that there's certain comics that's always Mitch Hedberg, it's always Stanhope, it's always it's comics instead of like you don't see somebody go like he's totally ripping off Carrot Tops. That's
Well, if anybody had the balls to do props at this point, then they'd say that. But yeah, you're right. Like that's a different thing.
Ooh, I always get excited when people don't leave their Twitter. It usually means that they're like balls to the wall. Anything can happen. But I don't know.
Does not mean they're illiterate.
But it seems like a safe name.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Or they're
here.
Amish.
Could be. This is written in pencil.
The first Amish comic on Kill Tony, ladies and
Put your
gentlemen.
hands together for Tom Howard. Let's see what happens.
A buddy of mine once asked me, Tom, what's it like to be a strong, independent Latino lesbian in modern day America? And I said, Kyle, I think you should lay off the acid because your wings are turning green. And then he flew away. I started sobering up and realized I was alone in my apartment. And I don't know anyone named Kyle. So I once had a girlfriend a very long time ago, and a thief broke into her apartment. And the way she decided to wake me up was she punched me in the chest as hard as she could. And I weigh 140 pounds soaking wet. So I was dry. As I was dry heaving on the ground, she's like, Tom, you have to go out there and defend my stuff. I'm like, I'm not going out there. I'm a coward, okay? Were you not paying attention an hour ago when I turned off the lights and took a running leap into the bed? That way monster...
The bear is out tonight.
Yeah.
Some nights we go a whole podcast without ever hearing the bear.
For months we haven't heard the
Right, the bear, double bear tonight. People
People
trying to
been
finish
trying to
those
get
jokes.
their stuff in.
That's it.
Grammy weekend.
I got
Grammy
lost. Yeah, it's a crazy weekend.
I remember the last Grammy weekend show we had. There was like 7 West Hollywood bears at once.
Do you really do acid?
Several times, yes.
Was it like that?
That was like it the first time. The second time I gave it up because I was at Future Fest and the
Ooh,
band.
what's Future Fest?
It's this band. It's this like dubstep.
Yeah.
It's this dubstep festival in like the Midwest. And
Why?
So surprised I haven't heard of it.
You should have opened with that, by the way.
Why does what somebody weighs soaking wet come up so often? Like, does soaking wet add that much weight to, like, oh, it's the most weight I could possibly weigh because I was soaking wet. There was maybe an ounce or 2 of water on the edges of my skin and hair. But other than that, I thought it was a good set.
You're sneaking in those one compliment.
Son of a bitch.
I said I'd say something
I tried to
nice.
say something nice, and it was a good set, but yes. The soaking wet thing is interesting that still is an expression.
Right, I mean, you would. It's a weird expression, like soaking wet with like all your clothes on.
Yeah, you
because
should
then
be
you get
like,
over
oh,
the
I weighed
water.
this much with a fucking suit on,
Right.
or whatever.
And maybe
or carrying a barbell that weighed 10 pounds. But saying I was this weight soaking wet is just like, well, why? What's your point?
Yeah.
In what situation did you get on a scale soaking wet?
In your clothes. Jumped in the pool in his clothes, and then he was like, now I'll be more.
Yeah, but you bring up the clothes would weigh more than the wetness.
And you said you don't weigh 140 soaking wet?
I weigh about 140-ish, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, see, we already fixed it. Next time you say it, I weigh 140-ish. And we did?
Yeah,
So he said ish and soaking wet?
He said I'm
Kick her out.
soaking wet.
You're an idiot.
What the fuck? You know that first joke? That was like when
He did say that thing that he did not say. That's what you just yelled out.
Because you look like you weigh more than 140. I forget what part of the joke that is.
It's when he's defending his girlfriend's stuff.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing comedy?
July.
July. You're very new. Is this one of your first jokes that you wrote? The first joke, was it one of the first ones you written?
Yeah, about.
It seems like something that I think a lot of new comics write the exact same thing where it's a trick, where it's like, oh, and it's not, the person's not really there because I was on acid. You know, like that little trick. I honestly would throw it away and find something interesting about your life and add some tags to it. If you can find a tag from that
That's
joke just to
true.
throw it in there,
A
because
lot-
that joke is so old and used, the old trickaroo.
A lot of
thing,
people
you know.
use that acid joke in the very beginning, but you know, you could use this acid joke as a gateway drug to better jokes. And you can only really do that by dropping the acid joke first and starting with more new stuff.
Drop the acid joke.
We did it again. Tom, so where are you from?
Ohio.
Wow, look at that.
What part?
Columbus.
No shit.
Holy
What part
shit.
of Columbus?
Grove City. Suburb outside.
How did you
Slutty girls.
how did you find Columbus, Ohio?
Fair.
You were born and raised there?
Yeah.
Wow. Grove City, which is like south of Columbus, 45 minutes.
Slutty
Right?
girls. That's where we would fuck all their cheeks.
Next to Groveport.
Yeah.
Like 15, 20 minutes due south from the airport.
Huge
Precise.
dubstep community out there.
Yeah, that's the only way I know about it. That's how I know about Grove City.
Yeah.
Grove City is where you go when you want to hear the, you know.
That's where Skrillex records.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Where was the Future Fest?
It was in the hills of Virginia, I
The
think.
hills of Virginia,
Yeah,
you
I
think, but you went there.
A
But you,
lot of acid back in my day.
wow. Back in your day, how long ago was this day?
Like 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a memory.
Do you still listen to dubstep?
Not really. Once I dropped the acid, it kind of lost its appeal.
Wow.
Once you dropping acid?
Dropping acid.
Now we used to call Grove City Grove Tucky because it was kind of like like the
It's a right wing,
Did you-
kind of conservative town.
Yeah. Did you grow up very religious?
No.
No.
Nah.
Farm boy?
Kind of. I mean, my dad was an atheist, and my mom just didn't give a shit, really.
You say that like he was an atheist for a living. My dad was an atheist. My mom was a homemaker. What did your dad do for work?
He worked in...
What was that?
Didn't believe in anything.
I made a joke.
Yeah.
He didn't believe in work.
I just wanted to remind you.
What did he do for work?
What did he do for work?
He was heating and cooling.
Heating and cooling?
Yeah.
Oh, clan member.
Very boring family.
Interesting.
Mm.
How long have you been in LA?
October.
You live here now.
Yeah.
October.
Well, welcome, man.
Yeah.
We're all
Thank
Ohio
you.
people over here, so you're
Yeah.
automatically welcomed into our cult.
Right. You're in the top secret group.
I think you got everything you need except for jokes. I'm saying he's fine, just keep doing it.
And the jokes will come.
Don't go too positive with him.
I mean, you're new, man. You're new. Right now, it's just getting used to being on stage. Honestly, find a story that you tell people, your friends. Find some jokes and put it in. Just make it a real story about yourself growing up in Ohio or Kentucky or whatever.
Talking to your friends is a great note. Do you have friends?
Yes, I have friends.
Oh shit, you're lying. No, that's cool. It's just
You're gonna be great.
Just joke around and try to write down the good ones.
I'd rather hear what actually happened on acid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the real shit.
Like,
Well, that kind of did happen, actually.
Okay, well,
Well.
then other things that
Yeah.
happened on acid.
More exciting, funnier things.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, don't make it kinda when it's like if you're on acid, go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, I think you're gonna do great. You have a good look. You have,
That's what I said.
You have a Dexter look.
Great taste in music.
I didn't say he had a Dexter look. I don't think he's a serial killer.
No, he's talking about the laboratory.
Yeah.
Oh, that Dexter.
You guys are out of control. You're not on Twitter. They don't have Twitter in that part of Ohio.
Get a Twitter!
I didn't get
What the fuck is wrong with you? Get a fucking Twitter.
Computer?
Are you on Facebook?
Just until like the last few months, yeah.
Wow, what the fuck, man? What do you do? There's something weird
There's
about
something
you.
you're not telling us, man.
You moved to LA to keep it Ohio? I don't.
Are you Tom from MySpace? I think it's Tom from MySpace.
You're the guy that rode the horse here.
You seem like one of those guys that maybe like right before you came out to LA, you killed your parents.
Right.
But I feel like nobody even checks in on them. Like they're just still rotting in the house, and you're out chasing your career in LA while your parents' corpses rot. Am I close to right on that?
Close.
I should leave.
Did you say
Nailed it. Tom Howard,
Good
everybody.
job, Tom.
There you go.
Stick with it, Tom.
You can find Tom on MySpace, myspace.com/
Maybe that's why he's not on Twitter. He's that Tom from
He's got a
MySpace.
hot Friendster account.
Your next comedian goes by the name of Kyle McFadden, everybody. Here we go.
Kyle.
Kyle McFadden. Yeah. Kyle McFadden, everybody.
So I actually am Kill Tony's first Amish comic. A big beard. Has anyone in here heard of a depression beard before? At all? Okay, I'll explain it. A depression beard comes in a few steps. Step one is you get depression. That's the first step. And then step two is you don't shave, and then you have a depression beard. You're there. You nailed it. Thank you very much. Depression beard, it's a real thing, and there's a psychological effect. It's a natural mask that shields your face, covers your face from the world. However, there's nothing more depressing on this planet than a depression beard that doesn't cover your face. I'm saying is I never asked for the ginger ham Lincoln. This is just where I'm at.
Fuck yeah! There you go. That's a real. That's what a lot of people say is impossible to do on this show, but that's how you do it. Kyle McFadden.
Yeah,
The depression beard.
I didn't laugh at anything you said, but I like you. I like you. I mean, I feel like a minute wasn't enough for what's going on with you.
Yeah, I think you were the first guy tonight that had just a very clear, original voice. You seem like yourself up there.
Yeah, it was like a mission statement.
Yeah. And you were just staying in the moment. You know, you were just using actual timing instead of rushing. You know, trying to get a minute and 10 seconds of material out in a minute like everybody else seems to try to do. It seems like you took your time and did 59 seconds worth of material.
It's really hard to, at my pace, to get a joke out, let alone
Well, there you go.
a bunch.
You did it.
You didn't compromise your pace. You were like, you know what? So what if I only get 2/3 of a joke in? I'm confident with my delivery, and that's a good thing.
And when you slowly said there's nothing more depressing than a depression beard that doesn't cover your, and then I think you said face, right?
I didn't even say it tonight. Sometimes I have to. but
I thought, and I was laughing before you even said it, but then you didn't even end up saying it.
Doesn't even cover your
depression. Frown.
That's all you had to say.
I thought he was going to say frown because I think it's
Doesn't
funny
matter.
because-
Everyone can write their own punchline.
Right. No, I know that's
Frown is
well,
great.
not
He's gonna go with frown.
Yeah.
He's going with frown.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Is this a real depression, or do you battle with depression?
I battle with anxiety. I just switch it for the bit.
When does the anxiety hit you the most?
Right now.
Really? It's so weird, man. Like I don't get it here, but I'm just the weirdest at if I get out there like at a real place, like a Rite Aid or a fucking anything, like where it's just like no, I'm not like safe at all.
He gets rock hard.
Well,
I get a giant boner.
You get such a boner filling a prescription at Rite Aid.
My depression beard grows out immediately, like in Teen Wolf and
Teen Wolf's Dad.
Yeah, Teen Wolf's Dad.
Speaking of Teen Wolves.
Speaking of Teen
Is this like are you committed to this look? Or do you ever change it?
I'm willing to change it, but this is where I'm at.
I like that answer. I'm just saying because as a comedian, when you walk out on stage, it's very simple and obvious to do jokes about your appearance.
Oh yeah.
And ignoring your appearance tends to be like it becomes the elephant in the room if you don't do a joke about it. So I'm just bringing it up just out of curiosity, not that I think you should change one way or the other, but fucking get a haircut.
Whoa!
I was joking at the end. I had to throw a joke in at the end because that was just a fucking speech. Here's what you should do, young man.
But you never know. Maybe it's worse underneath the hair. Who knows what's under there? You might have cauliflower ear and shit.
I've gained weight.
Yeah, he might be from mixed martial arts and have cauliflower ear. That's why he wears his hair that way.
He seems like an ex-wrestler, so that would make sense.
Yeah. What do you do for work?
I do nothing.
Wow. All right.
What does that mean?
Sounds like somebody's a porn star.
Yeah, you're lying to us.
I do.
You're off the dole. You're just getting what do you call it? Uninsurance.
Uninsurance.
Are you getting unemployment?
That's the British
on the dole. Yeah.
I saved up a bunch of money before moving here.
Oh, move from where?
San Francisco.
Did we cover that already?
Last week.
Oh shit.
This is a big San Francisco.
Why the move from San Francisco? I mean, why move from one expensive place to live to another expensive place?
Because it is surprisingly way cheaper here.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy
All right.
cheaper.
I believe you.
Yes.
Because San Francisco is an expensive place to live. I hear that every time I go there.
I shared a room with someone, and now I have my own room, and I pay $300 less.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
But now you have to make that money.
And less butt sex.
Yes.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm going to see how long my money lasts, and then I'll take it
Oh, don't
from
do
there.
that. Get a little shitty job, like Jamba Juice or something for a couple days or something.
Yeah.
You don't want to just spend all your
Work
money.
at Jamba
immediately.
Juice for 2 days and you'll totally be fine.
You get 2 days every few days.
It'd be a real game changer.
I mean, work a weed store. What's something that you like or buy every day
Well,
and just
I
get a
also-
discount?
I can do a few. I have a few gigs I can do up in San Francisco.
Wait, why did you guess that he should work at a weed store?
Because he looks like his face smoked weed.
Do you smoke weed?
I've never smoked weed.
Wow. Ah, I knew it!
You want to start tonight?
I totally saw a strange,
I'll hang out with you while you do it.
hippie-looking motherfucker.
Will you let me just blow it in your mouth? Maybe.
What kind of music do you listen to? Do you listen to...
I have the shittiest answer for this. I listen to all music. I'm not invested enough to be like jaded to be like that's crap.
What
I
did you
just-
listen to?
You
today?
seem like if you were in the back of a cab, you would get mad if they played the Eagles.
Forgot my slippers at home. Mumford and Sons.
What are you invested in?
Movies and stand-up.
Okay.
That's my favorite things.
Well, I think,
And food.
I mean, as somebody, I have depression, and I'll tell you this. It's not going to help you much if you aren't invested in things. Right?
Yeah.
Because you got to have shit to talk about, which I think the depression shit was great.
Yeah.
But that's just like, a lot of people come here and they're dirtbags. They come to LA and they're dirtbags, and they're like, why is not more happening for me? And it's because you're a dirtbag.
Yeah,
you know? I don't want to work with dirtbags. So, but you had a great set. I'm not trying to besmirch you.
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
Yes.
Whoa.
That's sorry. That's the cast.
You just say, listen, dirtbag.
92 episodes of Kill Tony it took for besmirched to be...
Sorry, I'm getting ready for the SATs. So.
I can't believe it's never been said.
Kyle, I love your style. It was good. It was good to
And
see
also, he loves to rhyme.
I loved you in Green
That was
Mile.
actually a complete coincidence. Kyle, I like your style.
We don't mean to pile.
See
Get
you-
on.
See you in a little while.
Zig Heil.
Oh! Kyle McFadden, everybody. There he goes. I love that guy. He's got a funny look, right? I mean, if he did work in a pot store, that'd be good because people would think they were wasted, like
He looks
walking
like
into
he
the
gets
pot
stones
store.
out of his mind.
Also, if his
Yeah.
beard hair fell on the weed, they would just think it was better weed.
Fucking bravo.
I love it. Guys, this is the part of our show where our two regulars go up. We have two young comedians who have been doing
these
a
ladies.
brand new minute ever since they started stand-up here on Kill Tony.
What's going on over there?
Josh?
He's fucking malfunctioning because the lady's gonna come on stage.
Somebody call Tony Stark.
Getting excited over there.
Yeah, boner alert.
Tony's anxious.
This is a horrible introduction for them, by the way.
No, it's great. And so they do a brand new minute every week, unlike the people who you saw tonight who sometimes get up and sometimes they don't, and sometimes it's their first time. These two do a new minute every single week. Going up first tonight, you know her as the Florida Dropout, everybody. Started here on Kill Tony, has been doing a new minute ever since for a year and a half. Put your hands together for her. It's Kimberly Congdon, everybody.
What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm kind of having a weird night because I came here and I just had to buy my own drink, like an ugly girl. What's going on? I've been noticing some things. Like, have you ever noticed that only really ugly guys ask for hugs? Like, you walk by and you try not to make too much eye contact because they always turn around and they're like, I can't get a hug. That's like the ugly guy anthem. That's like what they say. Like, look around. None of the hot guys are hugging, you know? Girls are hugging them. What I'm saying is, everyone stop asking me for a hug. That's it.
Wow.
52 seconds.
Oh, wow. Nicely under the amount of time, but seriously, I need a hug.
Her joke's correct. Kim, I talked to you earlier, and you were like, I don't have anything for tonight, and that's so amazing. That's one of my favorite weeks that you've had in months.
Thank
that
you.
was really great. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, yeah, I was just sitting out front with Edie, and I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about still. And she's like, just talk about something. She's like, and then we started talking about how whenever I come here, I see the same people every night. I'm here a few days a week, and I always have to give them a hug because I'm a girl, and I'm like, I don't have to hug you every time. You guys don't hug each other every time.
That's a trick that we use just to feel your boobs.
No, I know, I get it. I know.
You should throw out the fist bump right away.
I do, and you know what? We talked about how sometimes we'll high five, and then guys will do that thing where they'll like, you know what I'm talking about? Like
They'll clasp your hand and then lower it to your vagina.
You gotta talk about that.
You should flag that guy. Put those guys on blast if they're doing that.
Don't let them do that.
They should have to report in like when you meet them, like that's what they do. Like the law says that I have to tell you that I am a hand grabber on high fives. I'm that creep.
You should start wearing a baby Bjorn.
What's that?
It's like what you hold the baby in on your chest. Nobody will want to hug you. You can use the baby from American Sniper.
I can't risk killing your child just to get in really tight.
To feel those mammaries. Those are boobs for the idiots.
But it's really an issue, the hugging thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it
Yeah,
needs to be talked
I'd say try to stop doing it.
Yeah, no, I try. Trust me, I don't want to fucking hug everyone.
What animals are forcing a hug?
Everyone is always like, let me get a hug. And you can't be like, no, I don't want to hug you, smelly weirdo. Bye.
I hope at least one smelly weirdo's in this room right now getting the hint.
I know.
Like, you shouldn't have to hug people every fucking time.
You're in here and you're asking Kim for a hug. She doesn't want the hug,
But
right?
I go up to people and I'll be like, yeah, you know, and I'll hug someone. So if I want to hug you, I'm hugging you.
What if I do like a back hug from behind and hug you?
Right.
What is that? What does that even mean?
What if I get on my knees and I put my head in your crotch?
Oh my God.
And then I hug you around the waist.
I'd rather you eat more pork tenderloin than say anything like that. No, don't do it, please. I'll hug you from behind when you can. That's the sound of Brian eating pork tenderloin for you podcast listeners out there.
Is there ever a woman on this panel? Does she have to put up with this every single week?
From Brian, yes, but
Brian's the only woman on this panel who understands what you're going through.
I get it.
But great job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Fuck yeah. What else? Anything else crazy?
I tried to wrap it up right there.
Why are you trying to wrap it up, Doug?
Because nobody else was.
It's
You know,
still happening,
haven't you
Doug.
watched American Idol? People take turns wrapping it up.
Right.
Welcome to Doug Loves Kill Tony.
There she goes, Kimberly Congdon, everybody. She's on Twitter.
Yay! I could use another whatever I was drinking.
Check out that ass.
Josh. Did you say check out that ass as you walked away?
Your final
The
comedian
shit
of the
they have
night.
to put up with.
The only other regular. She writes another new minute every single week, usually about something like small that you can find in your kitchen and blows it up into a whole big thing. But she's got her own very cool style. Put your hands together for her. It's Sarah Weinschenk.
Door stoppers. He was like, fuck man, those doors, we gotta stop them. Fuck the fires, it was already the extinguisher. Fuck rapists, criminals, it's the doors. We gotta stop them. There's something bizarre about that. Because I feel like whoever invented the door stopper was like, you know what's an underserved population? Doors. There aren't enough accessories for the door. There's the lock, the key, the latch. But what's stopping them? And then they're like, what could I use? What could I test as a door stopper? And I went and got some springs around, a little piece of rubber. I want to make something happen. Okay.
Fuck yeah. Door stoppers, instant classic.
Oh, Josh!
such a bad producer.
What
He
most?
just walked up and poured water.
He was like, "You're going to drink." It was almost like it was a drink emergency. Like I might have died if he hadn't have gotten in here.
He got so anxious.
He's done that before.
Almost.
He's done that before. He poured a shot of tequila on me one day. Just literally just.
Did
here you
exact
go.
same thing. I appreciate that enthusiasm, but the thing I wanted to say
Yeah, amazing on
about
the
that
doorstop.
performance was to be introduced. Like, here's someone coming out to do a set. They usually find minutia, like to be described so specifically before you come on doesn't generally happen in stand-up comedy. And then he said that, and you came out with door stoppers. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you set her up and then she fucking dumped it. So that's all I have to say.
The way I look at it is, since they're writing a new minute each week, like, anything that I could do to sort of, since it's just a minute, get the audience in the mind frame of what they sort of maybe expect, then that's how it will work in a longer set when they already know that she's established. Like, imagine.
Well, you had a
being at-
guess. What if you said, "Oh, she does these minute things," and then the first thing she said, "Let's talk about the UN."
No.
Like, and suddenly you fucked her with the intro, but she's a pro. She switched it up.
92 episodes, and I guarantee you, there's no way UN's coming from one shit. I know it too well. Maybe mayonnaise or like the dustpan.
The dustpan.
Anyway,
I just wish you would have talked about the noise the door stopper makes.
When you get the spring.
That's all I was missing.
you can stretch out the front more, stuff like that. That fire extinguisher thing, you lost me for a second. There's more about and I'd move the back to the front on that too. So everything with the door stop's great. It's another new minute.
And like, was that person angry? Slamming doors?
Right. There already is a door stopper. We know
There's
this.
something about a door stopper's there so that you don't have a handle-shaped hole in your wall.
Well, yeah.
I think there's something.
It was somebody talking about the doors and was just like, you know what? We need a door stop. Knob's been working double duty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because
the rationalizing the
Yeah.
entire thing. Anyway, no matter what, it's another great new minute.
I'm tired of Val Kilmer. We need a door stopper.
Good job.
Sarah Wineshanks on Twitter, Princess Shane, Kimberly Conlon, at Kimberly Conlon. Those are the Kill Tony regulars. Guys, we did it again. The three of us are all going to be on the 311 cruise to Jamaica.
That's
together.
right.
Us and 311.
Three of us on this panel. I wish Brian could go because he would certainly fit in with that situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 311 cruise from Miami to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna be on it? Or now that I look at you, are you Jamaican?
Aren't you Haitian? You just like islands.
He just likes clapping. He just likes loud clapping whenever the opportunity presents
Doug
itself.
Benson on Twitter, guys. Give it up for Doug Benson.
Yeah, Doug Benson on Twitter. Thank you.
Perez was the Patriot. What do you want me to promote? George Perez is George P Comedy.
Yeah, George P Comedy.
George P Comedy on Twitter. Andy Haynes. I am Andy Haynes.
I'm Andy Haynes on Twitter.
All right, guys. Live audience, thank you so much. We love you. Thanks for being here. Shout out to Cameron Gray, rapper extraordinaire.
Yeah.
TMZ this
Check him
week.
out on TMZ.
Blue Kanye's Mind, at Josh Martin Comic, at Elise Lane, Stuart Thompson.
You might have to, yeah, you might have Thank you.
So good. Such a natural host that you keep unconsciously taking the reins. Totally.